again. We're going to snarl and make it home.
So you guys just played.
Guys.
Well, we did, yeah. We just got done.
Yeah, your set was like at 11, right?
Well, it was supposed. There was a little bit of a delay, but yeah, we got on there. I think it was like right around like 11:15, maybe 11:20.
No, yeah, you guys killed it. Good job.
Ah, thanks.
Your Mother's Chair is your guys' EP, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about the title track.
I'm gonna give that one to Connor.
What does it mean, like your Mother's Chair?
I wrote it as a metaphor for like just what you would want to like, possibly want like a lasting relationship and love to be any type of relationship, I guess. But it's like a metaphor, like almost like say a family member's house where there's one of those nice armoires and a worn sitting chair, and you kind of want to be like that. It never wears out. It lasts, and it's always there. So that's the metaphor behind it.
No, yeah, that's really cool.
That song's been around for a very long time. I mean, we formed in 2010, and we didn't record that until maybe what was that, 3 years ago?
Maybe? Yeah.
I think 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago now. So
A lot of those songs are old.
Yeah, I mean a lot of songs on the original EP from Your Mother's Chair are very much from when we first started the band, and we just never really got around to making them the way we wanted to when we first started. When we first started, it was banjo, banjo, guitar, and bass, and kick drum and hi-hat. And there's certain things that we couldn't do at the time. So now that we're there, it's a beautiful thing. We got Matt to jump on board, who's Mike's older brother, and it's been a beautiful thing. We've been rocking and rolling as this form for a while now. So a little bit more rock and roll in our lives. So now we're able to do kind of the things we want to do and really venture out and expand our branches, if you will.
Why did you guys start playing? Like individually as kids? Just because you liked it, or parents?
I had picked up a guitar first when I was like 6, but you're a 6-year-old, and you're like, you got to practice and play lessons, and I want to run around outside. I don't want to like sit in and play guitar. And then I ended up picking it up again when I was like 16. My cousin gave me like this old guitar of his and taught me a couple chords, and I took some music theory classes in high school, and I just loved music. I've always loved music. I always remember singing in the car and all that stuff. So it's just always been around for me. How about you?
I wanted to be Paul McCartney, but then I picked up a bass and I was like,
Don't we all?
5, and it was way too big, and gave up on that for a while.
Mike and Matt have been playing together since like.
John Paul
you
Jones.
like Zeppelin? Yes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. These guys, like right when we're ready to start shows, we'll just start rocking out on Zeppelin songs.
Yeah.
Matt, when did you guys start playing together? They're two brothers, and they've been playing together forever.
15 or 16 probably.
Yeah, I was in like 7th grade.
Yeah.
How old are you guys now?
Speaking of the Beatles,
30.
listeners on me.
I'm 33.
29. They're the young
So like
ones.
like 15 years you've been playing together.
How old are you guys?
Almost.
Well, I'm 26. Connor's 26 now.
I used to have to get them beer all the time.
Yeah.
Even though, I'm still waiting for my beard to grow in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's
One
the
of
only
these
one in the band
days,
that
it'll
can't
come
grow
in,
facial
yeah.
hair, but he's one of the older members.
He's been working on it. Yeah.
My 30s are gonna be big.
They're coming for you, Mike. It'll be okay. I don't know. I think Connor just started playing when he was what?
Yeah, I taught myself how to play when I was 15. I really like John Fogerty, so I taught myself some CCR songs and pretty much went from there.
Yeah, they rock.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
them.
Yeah, exactly. And then ever since then, I as soon as I started playing, I just started writing. For some reason, I've always been into writing and singing. That was the first thing I did.
How intimate are your songs? Would you say they're generic, or like are they based on real experiences?
Unfortunately, they're all based off like real stuff because I don't have anything else to go
Why
off
is that unfortunate? That's
well,
so.
just because it's.
I feel like that makes it so real.
Yeah, it is, but it kind of makes it nerve-wracking to play out. Like these guys know I get crazy nervous before every show, and I don't know if it's so much that I think we're not going to do good, but maybe more because it's kind of like putting your diary out there for everybody to hear. So.
Right. Yeah, I've experienced some of that recently when we're putting out the new record, and it'll be the first record that I have songs on individually, and when it first came to fruition and I was like I'm like, oh my god, like these songs have to be perfect, like they have to be done exactly the way that I want them to do, and then everybody calmed me down and was like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be all right.
Sean, calm down.
Yeah, well, that's usually what
Sean,
they're saying.
calm down, it'll be fine. What's your guys' favorite song to perform?
I might be different for everybody, but Connor, do you have a favorite song to play?
As of now, it's probably Born to Play the Fool. It's one that we haven't released,
new.
but
It's new.
Whatever's the newest is probably the most
it's always fun. I love playing all of them just because I have such a connection
That's
to
how
them.
it sneaked on the new record by, the skin of its teeth, if you will. It was very much, we were in the recording process, and Connor wrote that song. We were like, this song's awesome. We need to get it done and put it on the record. And it is a fun song to play. It's really fun to jam out to. Other than that, I'm gonna toot my own horn and say Night Air is one of my songs.
I love playing that one too. Yeah.
It's a bit more groovy and fun
And Sean hops on lead vocals for that one. So
yeah.
Are you guys playing a lot? When's your next show?
Our next show is November 9th.
Yes.
At
Xfinity Live.
November 9th at Xfinity Live. They are going to start doing, it's a brand new thing, they're going to start bringing in original bands to kind of showcase.
No, I've been there a lot.
Okay.
Before, the Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah.
Before we go there, we always go to Xfinity
Cool,
Live, and there's
yeah.
always a band.
So that'll be so beer hall, they're going to do a show where it's all like original music, and so.
Yeah, no, that is so cool.
Yeah, really looking forward to that.
Why should we be there if that doesn't put you on the spot?
You should be there if you're up for good music that's just played live and with heart, and you don't like drum tracks. And
Unless you like
wanna-
cover bands that play the same songs.
Yeah,
you've heard a million
exactly.
times.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's what you'll get if you come out to the show. You're gonna get original music. So.
Right. And the guy who's putting this together, he's been doing the same thing down in Baltimore with Xfinity's sister partner down in Baltimore, and they've been doing these shows under the same format for a while now, and they've had good reception, and Xfinity Live picked up on it, and they were like, we want to do it up here as well. So Kevin got in contact with us. My girlfriend's cousin is good friends with him, and he was like, we want you guys to hop on and perform, and we were all for it. I mean, if we can get on there and play any shows that are going to bring us to a new audience, which I feel like Xfinity Live has been a new audience for us, considering we're playing. The scene in Philly is the scene. You're playing at the venues. That
The scene in Philly is great, though.
It's fun.
It is.
It's really
People in Philly, I feel like, really love music,
Right.
and they get so into it.
Right.
So Xfinity Live is going to be a great place for you guys to play.
Yeah, we played like Bourbon and Branch a lot, and it's a couple of the other venues, but we played the Troc a bunch.
We did the
I
main
love,
stage at the Troc.
I love
Yeah,
the
that was
Troc.
exciting.
The Troc is
The main
great.
stage at the Troc was
Yes.
a fun show because we were. That's the first time I've been to so many shows there. Seen a lot of my favorite bands perform there. So you
For
get
sure.
on stage there, you're looking out, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is awesome. But it's a great scene in Philly. But we want to see it expand. We want to see it grow. We want to see it take in a different shape than just what it is, because otherwise, it's got to become dynamic. If it's static, and it'll die. So keep growing and keep pushing it, and that's what we're here to try to do, is to grow Philly and to grow ourselves individually as well. So
Would you say that's like a goal for the band? What are
sure.
you guys pursuing?
pursuing
Fame and fortune, or
not having to work a day job and get to play music all the time would be pretty nice.
It's not so much fame and fortune, because that's just silly nowadays as far as music goes, but like we just want a great fan base and get our music out there.
It sounds very, me and Connor say this a lot, it sounds very narcissistic to say, but to look out on a crowd and to see people singing our songs back to us that would just
ideal situation.
that would
Ideal
complete me
situation.
as a human being.
You
I
could
think.
die
Yeah.
happy.
Right.
No. Yeah.
All right, so knowing that you guys play music, what would you want to do if it wasn't for music, like an opposite career or something like that?
I'm a bartender and I love my job. So
Where do you bartend?
I bartend at Stowe's Bar. It's at 2nd and Market, 236 Market Street in Philly. It's a
I
cool
will
little-
definitely, yes,
come by. It's
I
a
will
cool spot. There's,
definitely
like,
be visiting that.
N64s and video games, and it's a fun spot. I'll be there tonight. Actually, I gotta go there.
There's really like
Yeah. There's a PlayStation 4 behind the bar. There's 2 N64s set up, an arcade machine. It's a fun spot to drink and hang out. It's a cool little neighborhood bar in Old City. You get a little weird crowd with all the college kids coming down on the weekends and stuff. But like our bar, we got a beer garden attached to it, Old City Beer Garden. So there's a beer garden. There's an inside bar. If you want to watch games, go inside. If you want to hang outside and drink great beer and hang out with your friends, that's a great place to do it. Play bago and all that stuff.
Is he paying
Yeah, I
you
just
for the
plugged
spot?
that. I
or
just
what?
plugged that.
know.
So good.
Jeez.
He needs to give me a raise.
Does he wanna-
Yeah.
Can you tell us the tap list?
Pay the man.
I could if you want. But I love being a
We
bartender.
all have day jobs,
Yeah.
but this is kind of our passion. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we bring it back to the Troc? Didn't you guys shoot your video Caroline.
Yeah,
There?
yeah, it was actually kind of
Right?
unbeknownst to us.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. Sean can tell this story.
Actually, I'm going to hand it off to Mike, because Mike is the one who deals with everything online.
I woke up and I got a message one morning. It said, "Hey, check out this video I made." It was some.
What was his name?
I feel really bad. I can't think of
Dan Kelly
Dan Kelly.
Films.
Dan Kelly.
So we were unaware that he was taking that video when it happened. So it was just a funny thing.
We
kinda
woke up one morning and he had it on YouTube, and it was all edited.
Sure
And
And that
we
was
would've played
it.
a lot worse if we had known
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
getting filmed. So it's a really good thing that you
Yeah,
didn't tell us.
guy's a genius. Actually, what do you think of that?
That video came out great. I love the way
did.
he shot it. And
We're hoping to get with him to shoot more.
absolutely.
Do you guys agree that you are like alternative folk rock? How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I have very strong opinions.
Yeah, don't get Sean started.
Did
It's so.
when you guys got together, was it you didn't know what kind of genre you were going for? Did it just happen, or did you decide?
So what I always say, and the guys know this, like a broken record, just like whatever, just honor the song. So if I come to practice with a new song, just try and make it sound what it should be. Just this song dictates what it should be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of, the song is the boss. That's what we do. And as far as when we started,
I mean, I remember
we started a block away from here.
Really right down the street.
We're like
Me and Connor
eight.
lived together when we were 18.
We were
and-
children. and
Oh,
our-
so you guys are from Jersey?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But we started as a trio. For all intents and purposes, we were like an Ava Brothers cover band. Like that's I was crazy.
Oh, I
about
love
it.
I love
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I love
That's what
them.
we were.
Amazing. I mean,
They
I
are.
still
They're
listen to
great.
them on the regular.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, me and Mike, I had known Connor for a while when he asked me to join the band, and Mike and Connor know each other, and me and Mike ended up creating this bond over the Beatles, which he was the one who got me back into them. I've loved the Beatles since I was a child. I kind of fell off, like became like an angry teenager and loved punk rock and stuff. So I fell off a little bit. He brought me back to the light side. But like the Beatles are always doing these things, and it wasn't dictated by genre or anything like that. It was just like Connor said, kind of this song, whatever the song calls for, kind of thing. Let's try something new, type of mentality. And I think that we've kind of stayed true to that. We still have, obviously, we grew up listening to folk, like that's a part of our core, but and it definitely shines through. But I don't think that I get too hung up on genre. I don't think any of us really do. Matt is Matt's a pretty rockin' drummer. So like he took a bit of the folk out of us, which is nice to get them to rock out a little bit.
And straighten him out a little bit.
So I guess, to answer the question, I guess we're all right with it. Indie folk rock, we're okay with it.
Yeah,
as long as you're coming to live shows and hearing us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what like the defined genre is, as long as you guys are making music that you enjoy
From marketing
yourselves.
standpoint,
Yeah.
it's important. But from individual standpoints, we're just here to play music. We're having fun with it.
I mean, that's really all that matters is what you guys think of yourselves, because that's the only opinion that matters, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Except Mike's opinion. We don't really like it.
what was that?
We try to turn his bass off.
I don't-
Sometimes
I've been trying to move the microphone away from him this whole interview.
Hello.
Is there anything you guys do outside of music that contributes to your musical creativity?
Story writing it just comes from living life. I mean, that was one of those things when I first joined the band. I was trying to write songs, and you're like kind of trying to force certain topics when you first start writing songs.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard to do when you haven't really. I mean, at 18 years old, I had lived in the same town my whole life. I had just moved in with Connor to another town in South Jersey. I spent my whole life here, and I didn't experience that much. And here's this guy who's like roaming around Philly, getting into trouble, doing a bunch of different things, and always has these awesome things to write about. And now, years later, 8 years removed from that, Sean, I live in Philly and roam around. I'm a bit of a different person, and I've done a lot of things, and that helps write songs. So
I think
that's important for sure.
we were together for a little bit, and then I moved out west for a couple of years, and I kind of did a lot of traveling out there as well. So
I
that
drove 3 days across the United States to restart the band. This guy calls me one day. He's like, "Yo, Connor's back. He just drove back." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?"
but
Every
so that
like 2 hours, Mike. I'm in Idaho. Talk Talk to me.
The most interesting thing.
I was out of my mind. Yeah.
Idaho is the worst.
Yeah,
I was
it
there
is.
last August, and
Really?
it was just
Why were you in Idaho?
Well, I was driving like to Yellowstone.
Oh, nice.
So it,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so it was
Yeah.
just a long drive of absolutely nothing.
Pig farms.
Nothing. Yeah,
It's
nothing.
bad. Yeah.
It was terrible. We
Yeah.
even stopped for like some waterfalls, and even they were really
If
boring.
anybody
Like
in Idaho is
boring.
listening to this, we're sure you're wonderful people.
And we'll be
nothing
coming
to
to
do
one of
in
your
this.
towns soon. You know,
Yeah.
I'd love to be back there. But
We're coming.
anyway, yeah, experiencing life helps. You know. So
That
It does, because you can't write a good song on a tour bus. Or
yeah.
Well, I mean,
If
you might be
you-
able to. I
If
mean,
anyone's
I mean-
willing to give us the shot, I'll try and write.
what's the song the Beatles wrote in like 2 hours? It was like 8 days a week or something.
She loves you.
She loves you. The Beatles like just like sat.
I heard it was
in a
20
hotel room
minutes.
And it was just like.
I heard
right
it was
before a
5.
show and then,
Yeah.
you know wrote a song.
You heard it was 10 seconds. Yeah. See, this is what's wrong with Wikipedia. It's all this misinformation. It's
we
like-
need to get on there right now.
I
and
know,
edit,
yeah.
and
We should
edit
change that. We should
yeah,
totally
we
change
should
that.
definitely
Yeah.
change that right now.
It definitely depends what you're going for, but when heartfelt lyrics I think is used in one of our biographies, and that heartfelt, that comes from the heart, that comes from experiencing things, from having things affected on you. So that's definitely important. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a beautiful thing.
Well, you guys did great today. You
Thank
killed
you.
it on stage.
All right, one last thing. Is there anything you guys want to talk about that we didn't cover, just for everyone who's listening?
The new album. I mean,
The Xfinity
Yeah.
show, the new
The
album.
Xfinity
Xfinity
show.
Oh yeah, what is next? What's next for Winchester Treaty?
the next thing probably in order would be doing the Xfinity show, which again is
November
November 9th.
9th.
That's a Thursday night.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird night, but
Weekend for us.
Thirsty Thursday though.
you go,
Yeah.
Thursday
And
night.
College kids.
Come out and have some fun. But other than that, it's going to be the release of our new album, which I don't believe we have a title or anything for yet, but
Not a
it's
thing,
coming
no.
very, very soon.
We recorded it ourselves.
Yeah, these guys
No
have
studio.
been getting Christmas presents of studio stuff for, I don't know.
Pretty much stuff like you're
nearly
bored
15
here.
years.
So yeah.
Nearly 15 years, so pieced together, and we did it ourselves, DIY, and it's coming.
A lot of trial and error.
A lot of trial and error.
Yeah. So I guess.
being mad at me for not having the right guitar tone.
Yeah. God, get that together. November 9th, Xfinity Live. And then as far as the new album, we don't know yet. It'll be sometime in 2018. But for now, just find our EP, Your Mother's Chair. It's everywhere. It's Spotify, iTunes, anywhere.
All that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. YouTube.
We
It's
have,
on
we have a
SoundCloud.
YouTube channel. We got some cool live stuff
Yeah,
on YouTube.
and I think we're gonna shoot do a quick acoustic live video today and upload that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks
you
for
guys
having
killed it on stage,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, you did all right.
so good at interviewing.
You guys are amazing interviewers. You have a long radio career in front of you. So thank you so much.
We'll have you guys
All right.
feature the second we get
Yeah.
Yeah, just list us on your resume. You know,
Yeah.
there you go.
We'll hopefully get your new album out on our radio station
Love
when it
to.
comes out
We will
in
definitely push
2018.
it.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, cool.
We brought a CD of the EP.
Yeah,
too.
we
They have it.
no, yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
got it, right?
Yeah.
We'll
We got
definitely play that.
yeah, we got the CD. We'll play it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you so
guys.
much. Thanks for having us.
Have a nice day.